we will get the finance. So we welcome Vandana Tolani ji, founder Convanto, and she is having more than 15 years of experience in international and domestic business advisory and fundraising. This is actually one of the special thing which we are having in this program, fundraising. Her core area of work is fundraising for early stage startups. She has and I started her career with her family offices in Singapore and Jakarta. She worked as an investment banker and angel investor in Indonesia and Jakarta, and presently she is a venture advisor with loyal VC, INSEAD-led Canadian VC Fund, and having a core portfolio of over 160 investments in more than 35 countries. So I feel this is one of the great achievement, and she is having very nice portfolio of investment. And she is also awarded as one of the top 10 women leaders and entrepreneurs related to wealth management and entrepreneurship in 2021. So, on the behalf of Investa Engineering College Innovation Cell, we heartily welcome you, ma'am. So, now the dice is yours, and the session is yours, ma'am. And again, and I welcome you in this session. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So, Priyanka ji, should I start or how? Priyanka ji, should I start?
Yeah, yes, please. You're most welcome for the same.
Okay, all right. So first of all, I want to thank all of you to come here on a Saturday evening and hear this talk. I hope I can add value to all of you. I would just request all of you to switch on your cameras and mute your audios because it's nice to see faces when I'm giving a talk. That is one thing. So I've already been introduced, so I will not take much of your time going back to my introduction. I will just explain you, what exactly Convanto does and what is it my work, so that it's easy for you to ask questions later on.
Yeah, rather, Vandana ji, I request you to share your profile once again because it's always good to listen from a speaker's mouth. So, yeah.
Sure. So I had my own family office in Singapore and Jakarta. I was there for 15 years in investment banking, and I had my own fund. It's been 7 years since I moved back to India when Convanto started. Convanto has been there for 7 years. It's an investment bank. We help a lot of startups with fundraise, with their documentation, which is pitch deck, the business plan, the financial model and valuation, with their business strategies. We have done 165 investments in more than 35 countries. Apart from this, I've given 200 plus talks that can be seen on YouTube. I've been given 3 awards. I'm the top 10 women leaders in wealth management 2021. My brand Convanto comes under the top 10 women entrepreneur brands along with Nykaa. And also I've been awarded as the Women Entrepreneur of the Year 2021. Apart from this, we are sector agnostic. Typically, we do $1 million to $50 million deals, and we are a global entity. Now, today's topic is what is a pitch deck and why do we need to make it? Now, we have so many startups, so many companies, so many big size, medium size, small size companies in our vicinity, in our areas, in our country. But many of these founders, they don't know what is a pitch deck. They don't know what is a business plan. They don't know what is a financial model. Now, a pitch deck is a very, very important document that you must have it always, irrespective of whether you want investments or you don't want investments. Essentially, it is used for equity investments. There are many kinds of investments: debt, equity, bank loans, so many other kind of investment. Convanto focuses on equity investments. Now, I'm going to give the talk in English. Later on, you can ask me questions in Hindi and English both. I essentially cannot give the talk in Hindi because I don't know how to translate it into Hindi. But if any of you over here understand only Hindi, you may please ask me questions. Post this in Hindi. I'm open to that. So I'm going to share my screen now, wherein I'm going to show you a PPT which explains what a pitch deck is. Now, why do we need a pitch deck? When we sell a simple thing, say chocolates during Diwali, we have these beautiful hampers which are so attractive that we want to buy them and gift it to our near and dear ones. Similarly, pitch deck is something that we are wrapping our company into a beautiful hamper kind of a thing, which we are selling to investors so that they get interested in our company and they want to do investment. So that is what a pitch deck is in simple language. I'll just share my screen now so that you can understand more better what a pitch deck is. Just hold on for a sec. So kindly give me heads up if you can see my screen. Is my screen visible to all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, so this is Convanto's guide to pitch decks. Now, it essentially explains what a pitch deck is, what goes into a pitch deck, etc. Okay, let's see. Now, already you know what is Convanto, you know about me, so let's not waste time. Now, what the first slide is, what investors expect to see in your pitch deck. Now, the first thing is your company's purpose, your mission and vision, and we need to keep this slide short and punchy. If you would have seen a lot of pitches with investors, you will understand what is your mission, what is a vision, essentially what is the problem that you are solving, for which you have created this pitch deck, and how is it going to help everybody, for which the investor should put in their hard-earned money into your company. Team, you have to introduce your key personal team and their track records. It's very, very important. The investors do, put in investment seeing the team. Problem, what is the problem that you are trying to solve? And solution, how your product or business solves the problem. Then comes what is the opportunity, why the iron is hot and investors should try it now. Why is it that the investor should put in their hard-earned money into your company? So that you have, what is the opportunity that you're giving to these investors? What is your target market and distribution? What is your target customers? And what is your total addressable market? So this is essentially what it is. Then comes your product. What are the key features and all important demo? What is your business model? How you're going to make people give up their hard-earned money? Competition, it is important to show a perceptual map on how you are positioned compared to your rivals. Very, very important. And then there are stages. What is a seed stage? And above traction, in that is one stage you get investment in. Then comes stage B, which is a pre-seed, which comes with a 5-year plan that includes a strategic plans for your startup. And then comes the fund usage, that how much are you raising? How will be the funds spent? Like what is the usage of the fund? Are you using it for technology? Are you using it for working capital? Are you using it for marketing? So essentially, what will the investors' money be used for? And then comes your exit strategy that identify companies that may be interested in acquiring you in the future. Now, structuring your pitch deck. Now, what is it that you need to do so that your pitch deck is more structured? You need to grab your audience's attentions, and it is not always easy, but you've got to find a way to establish attention and excitement. Tell the story of an existing customer and the problem that you solve. For example, this sets a tone for all your future points. So always you need to grab some kind of attention. Describe the problem and solution. What is the problem your company is solving? And pitching PowerPoint presentations are all about showing that how you found the problem that needs your help. Make sure to add your startup solves this problem, and explain the market. How widespread is the problem you seek to solve? Investors need to understand the total addressable market or the potential number of customers you might seek to serve. And make an ask. Now, what happens is many of us, when we are in front of the investor, we get nervous and we forget to make an ask. Whether that funding or recruiting pitch or it's for a new teammate, most pitch presentations result in asking for the support that you need to grow. Now, these are some tips for making a winning pitch deck. Outsource the design work. Use a business pitch template to skip far ahead in the design process. Now, I always tell companies to hire a professional because a professional knows how to make a pitch deck. So it is better if you outsource it and not try to do everything yourself. Use infographics to illustrate your key processes. An infographic is a visual that will help you show off the processes or key data, and it breaks from traditional charts like line graphs, bar charts, with more custom visuals that explain your concept. Now add a SWOT slide for visual strategies. One of the most successful visuals for pitch deck is a SWOT slide. This type of analysis includes highlighting your strengths, weakness, opportunities, and threats. Very, very important. Nowadays, we also have a video pitch deck, which is very, very essential. Video pitch decks help you a lot to explain who you are and essentially what your product is. Now let's see this. Sorry, this is just not shaking. Now, tips for presenting your pitch deck. A business plan or a unit metrics. Since investors only look at numbers, it is better to present the unit metrics or the business plan first, as only the numbers are of their concern. This should include revenues, exit strategy, and the type of investment that you're looking at, which is an equity or a debt or a CCD. Now make a video. Investors do not spend more than 90 seconds looking at a deck. Keeping that in mind, you should ideally make a video presentation and show that post the business plan. Your language, you should explain every aspect of your presentation in the layman's language. This will ensure that they understand your business to the fullest. No need to use complicated language. Make sure your spelling check is done, your English is checked. Don't just give anything to anybody. It gives a bad impression. Keep it brief, to the point, and interesting. Make sure explanation flows smoothly like a story and does not take too much of your time to understand. Don't linger on a slide for more than 2 minutes. That may lead an investor to lose focus, and anticipate questions and answer them ahead of time, making sure that you clear all the confusion if it is there in the investor's mind. Now, these are do's and don'ts. What are the do's? Keep it clear and concise. Your pitch deck should effectively communicate the idea to the investors. Having a storyline is the key. It's all about storytelling. Make it interesting from the get-go. The first 4 slides are important. They should be made in a way which captures the investor's interest and attention towards the business, or else they will lose interest in the deck. Now, formatting is important. Make sure to use uniform professional fonts and font sizes. Your slides should look neat and pleasing to the eye. Do not forget important slides. Investors will keep an eye out for slides like team, market size, traction. Make sure to include them in your pitch deck. Do not make it too texty. Investors are less likely to read a large amount of text altogether, so make sure to keep your points short. Do not give away all the information in your deck. It's important to create what's next thing in the mind of the investor so that they contact you. Now, this is an example of a business model. I've just taken one slide. Why I'm showing this slide is they have used a lot of graphs. So this is what they, their projected orders were. This is what was, their revenue was. So they have done it very neatly and in a crisp format. Essentially, the investors will understand this. Then also fund usage. They have put it very neatly that for technology, they will use 15%, for marketing, they will use 30%, for operations, 20%, for team, 30%, and for miscellaneous, 5%. So this is how we illustrate our fund usage to the investor. This is also an example. This is key metrics. It's very important to show your key metrics in the pitch deck. It gives the investor a clear picture of key metrics, and unit metrics is the same thing. In this, you can see there are all these numbers that are given in the right fashion so that you can get your investments. And these are exit options. Now, investor needs to exit at some point. Now, the first option to give exit to the investor is through an IPO in approximate 5 years. Getting the company share listed on stock exchange so that with the liquidity coming through trading of shares, the investor can sell his shares anytime partially or fully. If IPO is not possible, then company should appoint an independent valuer of the shares and find a third-party investor who will buy the shares from the original investor. The new investor should buy shares at a price which will give the required IRR to the original investor. The IRR asked is usually 20 to 25%. Now, if second option is not possible, then the company should buy back the shares from original investor by giving him the required RRR. If third option is not possible, then the founder should buy back the equity from original founder by giving him the required RRR. And if all the above doesn't happen, the company should look for a strategic partner who buys a big stake in the business as a strategic investor and not as a financial investor, hence gives exit to the original investor. So this is the entire thing, how a pitch deck works. I will stop sharing my screen and I'm open to questions in Hindi and in English. I see 42 people here. I'm sure questions to honge hi. In the meantime, I can show you. Okay, somebody has raised hand. Chaitanya Chuk, could you please ask
Yes,
your question?
yeah. Good evening, ma'am. I have a question. Ma'am, is it necessary to include an exit strategy? What if we don't want to? What if we don't want a company to get acquired?
So depends from founder to founder. Some founders are very particular that the investor takes the exit after few years. So they want to show that. Some founders don't want to show that. So it depends from founder to founder. It's not really necessary, but it depends what the founder of the company wants. Essentially, it's good to show it. It gives a clearer picture. But if you don't want to show it and discuss it later, also it works.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
So I want to show you some books that can help you, which are here. So the first book is The Power of the Subconscious Mind. Now, why I tell you to read this book is, it will help you get a lot of clarity about yourself. It will also help you to keep your mind in center, make right decisions. This is a very, very important book which you must read every day it will help you essentially to attract a lot of good things in your life. So this is one book that you should read. Then for startups, start with why. This book is very, very important. It will help you in your business. It will help you to set up your business in the right manner, and how you can repeat your success over and over again. So this is one book that you should read. And then if you are looking to make investments, then The Intelligent Investor is a very good book. Any kind of investments that you're looking into, read this book first before you invest in anything. It will really help you to make intelligent decisions. I'll just pick these three. Then this book is 0 to 1. Please do read this book, 0 to 1. This book will really help you to understand stepwise how to set up your startup. And then this is another book, Startup to Exit. This is all the techniques in this book, how to start up, how to exit, what an entrepreneur needs, everything about entrepreneurship you will get in this book. And then The Lean Startup. This also is my favorite book. It will help you to reach out to the right kind of customers, how to launch your product, lots of things. So this is essentially, these are books that I thought I should show it to you. And please do buy these books and read them. Do we have more questions? Do we have more questions?
So any questions from participants side? Yeah, Chaitanya, you want to ask something?
There's a question in the chat also.
Oh, there's a question in the chat. Okay, what's the question? I'll just read it. I have a question, Krishna Varshini. How the students do investment during college life? You don't have to do any investments in college life because it's not your money. Essentially, it's going to be your parents' money. But you can, try for small stock options. You can also, try for doing investment in cryptocurrencies. But essentially, I will not recommend if you have not earned anything. Whatever you are investing, it has to be your own hard-earned money, not somebody else's, like your parents' money, etc. So I think in college life, it is better to focus on your studies. Unless you have the right kind of backing and support system that will help you to pass through all these, difficulties. So have I answered your question, Krishna?
Yeah. Krishna, I think you wanted to ask something else. Rather than investments, are you talking about to fetch funds for your idea? Because investment is something different. If I talk on this, then students' perspective, this is something different. Investment is something when you have earned and now you want to invest your earned money.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yes, please, Chaitanya. Yeah, please carry on.
Ma'am, I have another question. What steps can we take right now as college students which will help us in the future when we are finding our own startups and companies?
See, firstly, when you are in college, you need to get into the right kind of placements. get into the right kind of placements, do internships in several places, get some earnings of your own, do at least a job for 2 to 3 years, and get the skill set that you have. What happens is uh, we are conditioned since in India, we are always conditioned as to this needs to be like this needs to be like that. In that conditioning, we forget to identify our skills. Since you are in college, you meet each other, you talk to each other, maybe you cannot identify your own skill, but some of your friends can identify your skills, which they say, look, I think Chaitanya, you have this skill. Now you can keep that in mind and see if you can pursue those skills and get into first an internship, then into a job role, then you save up your money, and then you can invest in your own startup and get more ideas as to how to work towards it. So I think that's the step that you need to take, Chaitanya.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Nitish is asking, what are the benefits to do internship? There are lots of benefits. You get to learn a lot. It's earning plus learning. Some internships, they do not pay, but some internships, they pay well. It will help you. So bookish knowledge will be bookish knowledge. But when you have hands-on experience with making Excel sheets, with being in a department, you will understand how it is done, which will help you further to get a good job as well. So some of the good companies that give very good internships are EY, Deloitte, McKinsey, KPMG, in the finance field I'm talking about. Of course, there are many other companies that offer internships. So it's very important, wherever you get a chance, grab it, do internships. The more you do, you'll get to identify your own skills. So do we have more questions?
Yeah, any other questions?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Good evening,
Devan
ma'am.
Dwivedi. Good evening.
Suppose a company already existed with the deals, which deals with a particular problem. Now I have
Devansh,
the
you may
same
please
idea for
switch
my
on your
startup.
camera.
Just a minute, ma'am. Ma'am, am I audible?
Yeah,
Yes,
you're
you are.
audible and visible.
Yes, ma'am. Suppose a company already existed with which deals with a particular problem. Now I have the same idea for my startup. So
Right.
how to attract investor? Because if I talk about the problem is the same, and I will be dealing with the same problem. So what different I can do for my startup?
See, firstly, it is very important to have your startup private limited, at least 2 to 3 founders, and a complementary team, a marketing team, a technology team, an advisor on board, a CFO on board. You need to bootstrap your company as much as possible. Then, when you have reached a certain stage, whenever you make your pitch deck, your business plan, your financial model, it has to be done by a professional. Everything needs to be vetted by an advisor so that you don't go in the wrong direction. Then you can take a help of an investment banker. In essentially, investments happen based on the relationships you have with these investors. Now, I have built these relationships by staying in the market for 20 years. It took me 20 years to build relationship with the MDs of these funds. Now, essentially, if you don't have the relationships, you cold calling doesn't work. So you need to hire the right kind of people in your system. The first step is whatever you're building, make sure your company is private limited, because otherwise you will not get investment. Second step is have 2 to 3 founders at least with good skill sets. Then comes your CFO advisors on board, your bootstrapping, then what kind of technology you're bringing on the table, what is the kind of documentation that you have done, pitch deck, business plan, financial models. Essentially, take help of the right kind of people who are into this field. So that's
Thank you,
the
ma'am.
step that you have to take, and to read the books that I mentioned, because that will really help you a lot, stepwise guidance.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Do we have more questions? If any of you don't understand English, I can speak in Hindi also and explain in Hindi also. So feel free. Nobody is judging here anybody because of English or Hindi. We are all the same. It's just that which language you understand better, I can speak in that. Nobody will judge anybody. So don't worry. So I think no more questions coming up. So shall we wrap it up, Priyanka ji? Actually, I think you're on mute.
Yeah, so sorry.
No
Yeah,
problem.
Vandana ji, actually, we do have electricity session at 4 o'clock. So we were expecting this session from 3 to 4. I request you to, cover few more fundamental and some details about the startups, maybe, if not about pitch deck. So this is how we have planned, actually.
Yeah. So essentially, I mean, it's a journey, a startup journey, an entrepreneurship journey. If any of you are planning to become successful entrepreneurs, then you can ask questions related to that. I'm open to it. Um, Pitch deck, I've already explained that it is very, very important to have. Whenever you are starting, a business plan will also help you. uh, it's an entire journey that one goes through, from lots of things. It's also starts with the, I didn't hear any girls asking questions. So I'll tell you, there's a lot of difference between the girls and the boys in our community as well. We have conditioned our girls to do cooking, to be at home. Um, you know, Pink is for girls, blue is for boys, things like that. I think first we have to break that barrier also somewhere. Soccer can be for girls also. Dolls can be for boys also. We cannot judge each other like that. And I think we need to help each other identify our skills and, give opportunity to each and everyone based on the talent. Now, I'm sure your college is giving you placement opportunities as well, which all colleges give. So you must take those opportunities and start moving forward in your life. So I think I can just say that. And if again, I see a lot of girls, but none of the girls asked me any questions. So please feel free to ask me. I'm here for you guys only. If you have any questions, Priyanka ji, if you may ask, or Mukul ji, anybody can ask.
Students, this is a great opportunity that such a successful entrepreneur is there with us today. So we really advise you to take this opportunity in hand and get your all the queries clarified. And as the Vandana ji already said, this is not a platform to judge anybody. We may ask any sort of question.
Yeah,
Yeah. And
even
Vandana ji, I request you to kindly drive the session, because some communication gap
Yeah.
has taken place. We were expecting
No
it from.
problem.
No, yeah.
No problem.
There is
So,
a question in chat box, please see.
ma'am, what are the common mistake and difficulties that we can face? We all make mistakes, and failure is the stepping stone to greatness. Even I have made a lot of mistakes. And difficulties will be essentially the financial barriers that one faces while building a startup, and also having the right kind of team. Initially, you'll meet the wrong kind of team, and things will go haywire. So it's very important that uh, you know you get the right kind of team and you have adequate finances when you start. Um, Also, this is Akriti Parmar. Is that Akriti? Akriti. So these are the difficulties that you will face. You will not, so essentially when I came back to India, I had no backing at all. Uh, and I started without a backing. So it's important that, you have some backing, because what I've achieved in 7 years, I could have achieved in 2 years. It took me 7 years because it was without backing. So that's the thing. Your alumni also helps you get a lot of work. Essentially, you need to be strong with your alumni, socialize, meet each other, discuss things amongst yourself. I think that's very important as well. So, what exactly do you do, Akriti? And what are you trying to build? Do you have any other questions, all of you, with regards?
Ma'am,
Yeah.
ma'am, just founder has any rights over company in making decision, or just CEO which handles things like that?
So, if founder who has founded the company has the right. Now, again, there are 2 to 3 founders. Essentially, you are going to have the CEO in your company, right? I mean, you can be the CEO yourself or you can hire. So, if you have put the maximum amount of money and you hold the maximum number of shares, then essentially the decision rights go to you. So founder and CEO is the same thing. Either you be the founder and CEO or you hire another CEO. There are companies that have chairmen, then they have CEOs. So it depends what is the structure of the company as well. So what are you trying to build, Devansh? Do you have a
Actually,
startup?
no, I don't have a startup. I am thinking about a startup in fourth year after my placements.
Okay, so very important, the books that I showed you, you just read them, get into proper structure, make sure when you are starting, you have made a proper business plan, and you have structured, you have a proper team of friends that are helping you with it.
No, already my brother has a business, but that is not online and like big company and all. I want to build up that and make sure that my brother stand up with a company also.
Yeah, that is good. You can actually write to me or connect with me on LinkedIn if there's any doubt still. My email ID, I will put it in the chat box.
I'm already sent you LinkedIn request connect.
Okay. After the section, I will add all the LinkedIn guys. This is the thing. And you can also follow my talks and pages. There's a lot of information out there. While the lockdown is happening, attend these webinars. There's also a platform called Seco, where I give a lot of talks. Seco, I think it's an app also. There you have learn lots of things on this platform, essentially called Seco. So you can actually go and enroll. You meet people from different colleges, from different departments of jobs on Seco. So you can actually go there also and enroll yourself. It is 100 rupees per month that they charge. Ma'am, how did you raise fund in Convanto? Convanto is an investment bank. I didn't raise funds in Convanto. Investment banks don't raise funds. So I was an investor before. When I came to India, I invested in some companies. Then I started my own investment bank. So what do? We connect the investors to the startups. That is our role. And we arm them with the right kind of documents, with the right kind of materials, and make them investor ready. So that's our role. So we don't raise funds for ourselves. No fund will give us funds.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, yes.
So, Acha. This question has been taken, ma'am. How did you
Yes.
raise funding in Convanto?
Yes, already.
Okay. So we may discuss some case study, Vandana ji.
So, yeah, essentially, there is one case study that I want to share. The investors' money is the hard earned money which they are putting into your startup. It is not for burning. There was a founder that bought a car with the investors' money. That is not allowed. It's not a good practice. Another founder had treated cancer, which is not allowed. So these things essentially are not allowed. It's a total business. That is, the business has to be done with business only. It's not for personal use. So I think don't indulge into these kind of practices. And yes, kindly do give me ratings in the feedback form. I would be happy to uh, get some ratings. So this is one case study that I wanted to, share it with you guys, because it's essential that, you don't do these things. Personal and business has to be separate. It cannot be mixed. So when you're building a startup, now many of us have skills, like, you could be having skills to bake, you could be having skills to make designs, banners, you could be having skills to make PPT presentations, you could be having Excel skills. So enhance these skills, because these are very much required. These are some of the basics that you need to learn. Excel also, many people know Excel, but they don't know how to format in Excel. What is the right kind of formatting? These things will help you a lot in your future. So make sure you have all these skills. If you don't have, start learning now only about these skills. So any other person? Ma'am, how can Convanto help aspiring business? So Convanto is already doing a lot of talks in many colleges. There are lots of talks on YouTube's that you can see and gain from there. I am a mentor on SICO platform, on MSME platform, where students enroll and get to, see my talks on different topics. And essentially, we have internships programs with us. Now our internship is full. We already we are running full, but we have several internship programs in Convanto where students get to help. And you can always write to me, emails to me, or ask questions. Definitely I would be happy to answer them if you have any stuck point. So these are the different ways in which we are helping a lot many people in the community. How to get traction is business before investment, and how much traction is minimum required. So you have to do some marketing, Anuj, of course. What I have seen is that many people don't use very, very basic tools like a WhatsApp story, a Facebook story, enhance their LinkedIn, make their website in the right manner to attract customers. Now, essentially, you have to do some marketing to attract customers. If you don't have the funds, then you have to use these small tools. Instead of using these tools to show off your party pictures or birthday pictures or where you travel, it's better to use it for business and attract a lot of people. Make sure your LinkedIn is always enhanced. Whether it's a job, whether it's a business, LinkedIn is always checked. If you are running a business, make sure you have a website running properly. So I think this is very important. You have to essentially do a lot of marketing to attract investors, gain traction, attract customers. Then only you can move ahead. And before getting investments, you need to have a pitch deck, a business plan, a financial model. All these documents need to be in order. There are certain companies that also give these kind of job opportunities. What kind of internship should we search for would enhance our knowledge and experience? Ashi Gupta, there are lots of opportunities. You can make pitch decks. There are a lot of internships for pitch decks, for financial modeling and valuations, for making business plans, for making websites, for doing digital marketing, very important, Excel sheets, these kind of things, managing people's calendars, assisting them with their day-to-day stuff. So these are lots of opportunities that are there in internship. If you are doing CFA or CA, then you can get into accounts departments and learn all about accounting. So these are the different opportunities in finance, essentially. Plus, there are many in other fields also, in marketing, in lots of auditing, lots of other departments that you easily get internships. In a fund, there are internships where you get to analyze, financial analyst kind of a thing. Opportunity is there as well. So we alert on LinkedIn as to what are the different opportunities that are coming, and of course colleges should give a lot of placement opportunities to all of you as well.
Actually, director sir and all head of the departments, faculty members are going to join at 4 o'clock.
No problem.
And director sir have already joined. Very good afternoon, sir. Sir, very good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Yeah, thank you, sir, for joining. And Miss Vandana Tolani is there with us right now. She's
Nice,
yes, sir.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir. How are you?
Hello. Good, madam.
Yes, sir. And she is a chief executive officer and founder of Convanto, which is a company supporting the startups in raising funds and other various skills required to run an enterprise, like how to prepare their pitch deck. And today's session to prepare the pitch deck has been taken by her only. So some question answers are being taken by her from the audience side. So there are almost 38 students available in the session. So students, please come forward, and we do have hardly 5-7 minutes for the question answer session. So your questions are welcomed. This question has been taken, Miss Vandana. What kind of internship should we
Yes.
search? Yeah,
Yes, already taken up.
because internship is a kind of a very essential part to learn during your student life, and
Yes.
especially
Yes, I took this up. I gave my inputs to Ashi on this as well. And, I will encourage everybody to take these opportunities, because book knowledge is separate thing, but hands-on experience will take you to places.
definitely very true. So we can take.
Is MBA necessary for startups, or we can plan after BTech? MBA is very, very
Excuse me,
essential.
Vandana ma'am, excuse me.
Yeah.
Ashi, you may please switch on your camera, and as we all are there, director sir is there. It's always good to interact face to face, because such faces should be there in front, so that we may recognize such initiative takers, such dynamic students in our college. uh, I humbly, request to such students to kindly come forward who have actively participated in this course. These are not my words, rather uh, your response over here, which will ensure your active participation.
Yes, yes. Videos should be always on. So
Yeah.
yes, MBA is very necessary. If you are doing your BTech right now, you can continue that. But of course, MBA takes you to places. It is always recognized better. So I would suggest you to do your MBA for sure.
Yes. And I would like to add on this that MBA is not necessary, rather through various skills program, various trainings being conducted to enhance your entrepreneurial and managerial skills. You must utilize such opportunities if you want to go for a startup. So that's why IPAC Innovation, Incubation and Entrepreneurship Cell is always committed to provide such type of support, and we keep on conducting various activities to enhance the required skills in the area of innovation and entrepreneurship.
Yeah, it's essential.
Chaitanya, you have acted you have participated very actively. So, any interaction if you want to have with the today's speaker again? Akriti Prabhar, Krishna Rajput. These students have been very active, and it would be good to see the faces over here on the screen. So I think, yeah, Krishna, that's nice.
Nice to see Krishna's face.
Yeah.
Would love to see Anuj, Ashish, and Devansh. I've seen Chaitanya. Akriti, I can see now.
Yeah.
Anuj, I can see. That's
Pranshu. Ashi, you may please switch on if the screen is very dark from your side.
Yes, ma'am, my camera is on.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, Pranshu, I can see your face as well. Chaitanya, we are waiting for your camera to get switched on.
And Devansh had already turned it on. I see Pranshu. Looks like Pranshu is in the car or something.
Actually, yes, ma'am. I was traveling. It was a sudden travel. I had to attend. Sorry, ma'am.
Okay. Then,
Ma'am, I have one question.
yes,
Yes,
please.
please.
Ma'am,
when we take opportunity or step towards our career, uh, uh, my aim was to my actual aim. I want to be a CEO of my company or some other company. So, ma'am, how was your journey? How? Yes, ma'am. Could you tell a little bit about yourself? How you reached at that point as a mentor?
Yeah,
Because
so
for myself, I want guidance. Uh, I want to reach that position. So, if you could enlighten me and
see, first
tell me
is
the path.
that you have to essentially do a job somewhere and learn how to make your own earnings for about 2 to 3 years. Once you have that skill set to do something, then you should go to entrepreneurship, identifying what your skill is. Now, entrepreneurships essentially they understand what their skills are. That is why they become risk takers and they enter into entrepreneurship. It's essential to know how to have your own hard earned money first via a job, uh, because that gives you the right lesson first and then you jump into entrepreneurship. So, my journey has been over 20 years now in the industry. Entrepreneurship essentially
Yeah, seems some network issues at Vannaji's side. Vannaji, you are not audible. Yeah, Vannaji, you are on mute. Kindly unmute yourself. Yeah, kindly wait. Seems she has some network issues. She might be joining it again. And now we can start with the valedictory session as well. Mukul sir, are you there? Yeah, Mukul sir, are you there? Yeah, seems sir is not available. So, sir, should we start with the valedictory session?
No, madam, please start.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. Thank you. So, respected directors, sir, and head of the departments, all the members of IPEC Innovation Council, and all the dear participants, I heartily welcome you again over here in this valedictory session of this 1 week certification program on innovation and entrepreneurship. And this is our pleasure to have our Honorable Director, Professor Dr. Ajay Kumar sir, in this session. And definitely his blessings, his dynamic energy always motivates us to do such innovative things, to take such initiatives, to ensure good training skills required in the area of innovation and entrepreneurship. Because as we were talking right now, Ashi was asking whether MBA is important for a startup or not. When we talk about a startup, then definitely being technocrats, being from engineering background, we all are capable enough to innovate. to observe the existing problem in our periphery and provide some solutions in the form of a product or sometimes maybe services. But when it comes to run an enterprise, when it comes to understand all the technicalities, law related compliance in your enterprise, be it your team building, be it your the journey of entire startup career, starting from taking an idea, making it POC and then prototype and to commercialize it. Then this journey needs various skills which comes in the periphery of financial understanding, in terms of managerial skills, in terms of your market skills. So these skills, being engineers, we need to groom such skills, such knowledge we need to learn. And these programs are being started with this purpose to
Hello, Priyanka ma'am. Ma'am, you are not audible. I think there is a network issue, sir.
So I would just now humbly take your leave because I had a hard stop at 4 o'clock.
No
Thank you
problem.
so much for your precious
Thank
time.
you, madam.
Thank
you
you.
very
And please stay in touch. If I could be help to any of the students, do let me know. And thank you once again for having me here.
Thank you very much for
Yeah.
connecting.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Hello, Priyanka ma'am, are you there?
Sir, kindly take it forward. My laptop has restarted.
No problem,
Some
ma'am.
technical showing over there. I am just logged in from my mobile right now. So kindly take the session forward with some glimpse of the entire program, this journey of 1 week, how the session has been taken on different days. Please, sir.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Let me present my screen. So, good evening to everyone. Good evening, Director sir. And as we have already covered all the sessions, so this is the time to see the glimpses of 1 week lecture series certificate program on entrepreneurship and innovation. So on day one, that is on 3rd January 2022, session was conducted by Mr. Kumar Vijay Parmar and Ms. Ritu Srivastav, founder Skillet on entrepreneurship fundamentals and startups. Ms. Priyanka Gupta, head IPAC IIEC, Mr. Mukul Jain, and other IPAC Innovation Council members, along with all the students were present and attended this session. On day two, that is on 4 January 2022, again the session was conducted by Team Skillet and the topic was Startup Journey Gameplay via Toolkit Chindobu. Mr. Mohit Gupta, IPR Activity Coordinator, coordinated the whole session and welcomed all the participants and resource person. The outcome of this day two was to identify the real world problems and come up with out of box solutions. Ms. Alpana Tomar, social media coordinator, and other IIC representatives were present during the session. Approximately 55 students and faculty members benefited from this interesting session of a startup journey gameplay through Chindogu. On day 3, that is on 5th January 2022, again session was conducted by Team Skillet, and Ms. Tanvi Gautam, social media co-coordinator, coordinated the whole session of day 3 and welcome all the participants. The outcome of this day 3 session was to understand the startup stages and idea generation techniques. Mr. Mohit Gupta interacted with the students and cleared their doubts related to various queries of startups. Mr. Mukul Jain, along with other IIC representatives, were present during the session, and approximately 50 students and other faculty members benefited from this day 3 session. Then on day 4, we have Dr. Sapna Gambhir ma'am with us. She is Associate Professor, CSE, YMCA, Faridabad. On 6 January, her topic was to understand the need of design thinking and critical thinking for innovators. Dr. Sapna ma'am beautifully delivered her lecture and talked about the significance of your discovery, invention, innovation. She explained the concept of innovation triangle and your design thinking mindset and big problems associated. She talked about creative thinking strategies and various practical situation-based examples. The event was coordinated by Ms. Akanksha Bist, IIC member, and Mr. Mohit Gupta. Ms. Priyanka Gupta, head IPAC IIC, along with other IIC members were also present, and approximately 50 students and 10 faculty members attended that session. On day 5th, that is on 7th January 2022, session was conducted by Mr. Satish Kumar, Assistant Director, Office of Development Commissioner, MSME, Ministry of MSME, Government of India. The event was coordinated by Ms. Priyanka Gupta, Head IPAC IIC, along with other members. And the outcome of this day 5 was to understand the forms of IP rights and patentability criteria, filling of patent application. Moreover, Satish Kumar sir has explained about the patent management strategies, parts of patent registration of patent, and approximately 45 students and faculty members benefited from this interactive session. And today on day 6, that is on 8 January 2022, we had a resource person, Miss Vandana Tolani, CEO, founder at Convanto. She addressed about the pitching about idea. So that's all about the 1 week lecture certificate series. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mohit sir, for presenting all the glimpse very beautifully. Now I request our Honorable Director, Professor Dr. Ajay Kumar sir, to kindly bless us with his words of wisdom. Please, sir.
Thank you, madam. Good afternoon to you all. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are properly
Okay.
audible.
Ms. Priyanka, Head Innovation Incubation Cell, Dr. Alpana Rani, Mr. Mohit Gupta, and the students of second year, BTech students of second year at IPAC. Because today we have connected for the valedictory function, and it was the 1 week program, because as the Mohit Gupta narrated what we had covered on first day, second day, and third day, and fourth day, because we have covered all the topics which are related to the innovation incubations like startup, patent, and critical thinking. So now the things which is very important, because you have covered and you have attended each and every session nicely, and you are discuss each and everything very minutely, and you had asked the questions to the speaker. Now it's your duty to carry forward that particular idea which you have taken, and this is the takeaway from this particular 1 week session, because you have just briefed on these topics which I have just told you, and now you are in second year, because when you are covering the different subjects in second year or maybe in third year, because the engineering student, they are very innovative, and because we up to the final year we will be studying approximately 36 subjects. So out of 36 subjects we have to steal at least one idea on which we can start one thing, on which we can go for the patent, and we have to deal with the idea as far as the startup is concerned. because many times on many platforms I have spoken the slogans, we have to be a job creator, not job seeker, because the most of the students out of the whole crowd, if I have to take the feedback, the whole crowd, they are willing to take the job of the maybe 1 lakh rupees or 50,000 rupees per month, or maybe the 12 lakh package per year, but no one is interested for the entrepreneurships. I don't know why they are not interested, but if everybody is interested for the job, who will be creating the jobs? Because time to time we are connecting you the people who have the idea how you can start the venture. So now you can start, now you can think on it, because now the ball is in your court. You have to think differently and quietly and critically, and whatever the help you required from our side, we have established one good cell, and you can connect with the Miss Priyanka or maybe the associated team members. Definitely will guide you. If we could not give the answer on these different points correctly, so definitely we'll take the help the outsiders. But we want to create at least 2-3 entrepreneurs every year. This is our agenda. This is the maybe the point every on maybe the monthly or maybe quarterly we are covering different topics on innovation, incubation, or entrepreneurship. So on this occasion, because you have attended 1 week program, I would like to congratulate each and every students. And sometimes I've seen in whenever you are connecting online, so students, they are not exactly connected. So I shall request, whenever you are attending any program or maybe your classes, so connect physically so that you can ask the questions, you can maybe take the maximum advantage from any program. So I would like to congratulate each and every student, and I would like to congratulate the team of the Innovation Incubation Cell, Ms. Priyanka, Mohit, and Alpana Rani, because time to time they are the frontiers and covering the latest topic. Again, they had covered the latest topic, and the agenda is same. We want to create at least 2-3 entrepreneurs every year, and this is our requirement. And I shall request to the student, because we are covering the minor project and major project. If you are having good idea, so that definitely you can go for the patent as well, and we will be giving the support. If you are going for patent, definitely soon we will be taking the approval, and will give you the minimum amount so that you can go for the patent. So again, wish you all the best, and the congratulations to each and everyone for connecting and for organizing such a wonderful program on the innovation, incubation, and entrepreneurship topic. And the speakers were good from the industry, from the academia. So thank you very much for giving the chance to speak in the valedictory function. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank
Thank you very much, sir. And now I would like to invite our participants, those who would like to share their feedback about the session. And again, I would like to, repeat that it should not be goody-goody. It should be an actual feedback, what you were expecting, what you could fetch out of this entire effort of the team, because sitting 1 hour every day needs lot of efforts at the back end, starting from the coordination to the with the speaker, grabbing their time and all. Then lots of documentation is also involved. So how much we could be able to deliver this entire week program as per your expectation? What are your takeaways? We would like to listen in the pointers, please. Yeah, so please come forward, because I see, as per my experience since last 2-3 years, I observe this batch very dynamic, very interactive. And I was sharing with director sir many a times that students have been very interactive, and they respond so well in the group as well. They come forward with their queries, and this is our pleasure. This is our, achievement out of this session. So please come forward with your feedbacks.
May I start?
Yeah, please, Krishna, you're welcome.
Hello, good evening, respected teachers and everyone present here. I am Krishna Rajput, opted IT branch. Want to share the feedback about this 1 week certification course. This course is helpful for me to develop insights on navigating the innovation process from idea generation to commercialization, building knowledge on how to create strategies to bring innovations to the market, develop an innovation portfolio and business model canvas for your venture. We establish a framework for examining the innovation process and quickly transition into exploring how to successfully bring innovations to the market. Key questions were also answered within the session, and it was really such an interactive session. Thank you very much, ma'am, for organizing such an amazing session. We hope there will be more opportunities ahead.
May I share?
Yeah, sure, please. Anuj best. Yeah, please.
Good afternoon, Director Sir, Priyanka ma'am, and other faculty member, and my dear friends. I am Best of second year BTech Computer Science branch, and my experience of IIEC 1 week certificate program is wonderful. It helps to gain my knowledge and also provide the more practical insights of the industry. Starting from the 3 day session with Team Skillet, where Ritu ma'am and Vijay sir told us the difference between entrepreneurship and intrapreneurship, and between the startup and the company on day one. Moving towards day two, they make us think out of the box with the help of Japanese game Chindogu, which states to identify the real world problem and comes up with the out of the box useless solution for that particular problem. On day three, we get to know the 13 steps of creating a startup from startup idea to the scalability. On day three, Vijay sir has got a great quotation that impact me more. No one is investing on your idea because idea keep changing. Investment is done on the team because investor knows if one idea fails, the team is able to create one more idea. On day 4, Dr. Sapna Gambhir ma'am gave us the insight on need of design thinking and thinking of problem solution, where she make us understand the innovation triangle and also stresses on the innovation thinking by using 30 circle challenge. On day 5, Satish sir teaches all about the intellectual property rights and tell us about the forms of IP rights and all their act in the Indian Constitution. Overall, these sessions are very informative for me. Thank you.
Yes, Pranshu. Yes, please. Yes.
Greetings to everyone and
Anybody else?
from second year CSE.
Pranshu, your voice is not audible.
Oh,
Anybody else, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, please.
Good evening, Director Sir, faculty members, and fellow mates. Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, you are audible, Devansh.
Okay. Good evening, Director Sir, faculty member, and fellow mates. Myself, Devansh from CCA AML branch. As we all know that our Director Sir is focused toward making us entrepreneur rather than job seeker. So such session with all informative knowledge helped me to just come up with the idea, nothing else barrier for me.
Ma'am, may I share?
Yes, please.
Good afternoon, Director Sir, all our respected teachers and my fellow students. So this session was really helpful in terms of thinking how we can pursue our goals of having a startup in the near future. And it gave us a really good clarity on how to think out of the box. So all in all, this session was really helpful for me. And I thank all the teachers for conducting this session and look forward to attending further sessions like this. Thank you so much.
Can I say something, ma'am?
Yeah, sure, beta.
I want to share like what I expected from this course beforehand and after what I am like feeling after attending the course.
Very good,
So
very good. Yeah.
first of all, good evening, everyone, respected director sir and teachers and all my fellow second year batchmates. I'm Ashish from IT department, and I want to share that when I first heard of the course, I was thinking that it would be a 1 week long session with different entrepreneurs, like interaction session with different entrepreneurs, and what their success story was and how they achieved what they have achieved and what were their obstacles and how did they overcome that. But that was kind of like a big no for me कि like ये तो चलो बहुत लोग करते हैं तो कुछ नया होना चाहिए. And really after attending the like whole session, I am very much happy because my expectations were met extravagantly, and because every day there was something new to learn, every day there was something new to discover. And the interactive sessions by Team Skillet, the designing session by Sapna ma'am, and the other sessions were really really intriguing, and I am so like happy that I got this opportunity to attend this whole session. So yeah, that's all what I have to say. Thank you so much, teachers, for the same.
Anybody else, please? And we need such feedbacks to improve our content in future, and to ensure that it should not be a one-way play where whatever we are delivering you are bound to listen it. We wanted to see the impact, that how you have grabbed it, how much fruitful the entire set of lectures series has been, and what improvements may be done for the future programs. So anybody else would like to share? So I think it's done. And anybody else? So now I would like to announce the eligible members for the certification as per the attendance criteria. And there are 34 members out of total 70 attendees who are eligible for the certificate. I am just announcing the names. This is Akriti Pramar from Electronics and Communication Engineering, Aman Gautam from Computer Science, Anmol Gupta, Anuj Bist, Deepak Kumar Singh, Deepti Sharma, Devansh Divedi, Dhruv Garg, Harshit Tiwari, Kanishk Singh, Mohammad Erad Khan, Priyanshu Chaudhary, Sahil Jain, Saurabh Singh, Shani Yadav, Shipra Singh, Simi Sharma, Srijan Tiwari, Yashraj Keshri, Yashraj Keshri. All these 20 participants have 100% attendance, and that is really appreciable. Next, Akib Hussain, Ashish Bhatia, Chaitanya Chub, Diya Gupta, Kanishk Sharma, Krishan Rajput, Mohammad Irshad, Ruhani Gupta, Satyam, Shivangi Gupta, Suyan Shukla, Yashu Gupta, Ashi Gupta. These are all 34 participants who are found eligible for the certification as per the attendance record. Right? So we congratulate to all these 34 participants, and rather we congratulate to all the participants, because this is participation and learning which matters. In long terms, maybe after 2-3 years, you will be able to understand certification is nothing. It's all about your learnings. It's all about your skills, which you could groom in this entire duration of your BTech. And it's finally who you are.
What a big hands for them.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We heartily appreciate your efforts and the kind of interaction you maintain during the session. And I call you all to be active in the group, Telegram group. As usual, keep on responding. This motivates us as well. We are much more motivated to give our 100% as the enablers of this entire startup ecosystem. We also want to share number of success stories. We also do exist for your trainings, for your entire skill grooming in the area of innovation and entrepreneurship. So you are always welcome to interact, maybe in virtual mode or maybe in face-to-face mode. It would be something very good to have you over here sometime in the department. You may come as per your time of ease, because we are here between 9 to 5 and you are always welcome. So once again, many congratulations to you all. So as a formal ceremony, I would like to uh, give vote of thanks as well. And in this series, first of all, I would like to thank our dynamic honorable director, sir, Professor Dr. Ajay Kumar, sir, uh, to always motivate us and to make us with zero defect, to give our 100%. And this is how, sir, we are also grooming. We also try that we may make whatever we are doing, we should give our 100% with our 100% efficiency without any mistakes. And this is your great guidance.
Sure, madam, sure.
Please, sir. Thank you so much, sir. And I'm highly thankful to our registrar, Miss Monica Bansal ma'am, who is always very supportive. And with his kind support, we could, get support in preparing various banners on day-to-day basis. I am heartily thankful to Mr. Mohit Gupta, sir, and Miss Alpna Rani, ma'am. They are the great people, frontiers throughout the 7 days plan, and even before that. I recall many a times talking up to 11 p.m. with both of them to prepare various banners, collages, documentation part. Hats off to both of them. I'm really grateful to both of them and very happy to be, a part of such great team. So I find you both as an asset. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I'm thankful to Miss Akanksha ma'am, Miss Tanvi Gautam ma'am, and Mr. Mukul Jain sir, Mr. Prithviraj, Mr. Priyadarshi Ravi Raji for his and support in preparing various social media creatives. And definitely I'm thankful to all the IIC members who are supporting us directly, indirectly, and if I'm missing any name, again I
And one student, yes.
Okay, yeah, thank you, ma'am,
For creating banners.
Yes, definitely, ma'am. We are thankful to the team of students as well. Yes, as ma'am said, and we are very thankful to our participants because we were active because of your active participation. So we, dream to have few startups from this second year batch who is very dynamic, very much initiative taker ones, and we seek your hard efforts in this particular direction. Pick some idea, work for this, and we are always there to support you. And this is the right time to work for your dream, to work for your idea, because we are there to support you. Entire college is there support you. Your family is there to support you. Society is there support you. And there are various government schemes are there to support you as students. Once you complete your BTech, as professional, people will be demanding something out of you. So Before going to that mode, I again call you all to take initiative to, work upon your innovative ideas, maybe once, maybe twice, maybe thrice. You may have to face failure, but your success is no doubt will be there, maybe after 1 year, maybe after 2 years. But once you are committed to your dreams, you are passionate to follow your dreams, then it will take place, it will happen. Nothing can stop you to get your dreams come true. So thank you so much once again to each and every member of IPEC Innovation Council team, and to all the participants. Keep the energy as dynamic as it is. This is not the end, rather this is a starting in this direction of innovation and entrepreneurship. Nothing should go useless. You have to take every problem as an opportunity. You have to ensure your role as the solution provider. So thank you so much. Yeah, anybody, one student have raised the hand, want to say something?
Yes, ma'am. I have a doubt, ma'am.
Yes, please. Yeah.
Ma'am, as I have attended 6 sessions of this program, ma'am, still eligible for the certificate? Because in one session I didn't get to ma'am, form नहीं भर पाए थे मैम.
Okay.
No problem,
You-
Vashu. We will review your problem. Then,
Attendance.
yeah, we'll provide you the certificate. No problem.
Actually, madam, such type of cases you review separately, na?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. We will definitely review.
And
Sir.
if the case is genuine, definitely you may give them certificate. No?
Sure, sir. Sure. Bilkul, sir. Bilkul.
Okay, thank you, madam.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. Thank you, each and
Okay.
every member. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Wish you all the
Congratulations.
best.
Congratulations each and everyone.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay.